Oh, hello, it is your boy Zaku, and we are back. Another UFC fight night. Thank the Lord it's not in the Apex. We are going to Azerbaijan, UFC BAKU. Isn't that close to Iran? Regardless, this is a fight night. It's weird to me. I've noticed that they've been advertising a co-main event between Magomedov and Pereira. I didn't think that was high profile enough to like kind of advertise it like a co-main event like that, but I guess they are. Regardless, here it is. This is a solid card. I was worried with this card because I'll be honest with you guys, the main event is, I don't want to say weak as it's going to be boring, but it's not like a super top contenders. Like even Fiziev with the new AI rankings was just booted out of the rankings, and Manuel Torres, regardless, it's a fun fight. I was just kind of like, that is a main event, but thankfully the entire card is solid. It's not like a pay-per-view numbered card. It's not like a casuals delay, but if you enjoy MMA and you're a weekend warrior, you watch if you're an Apex warrior and you watch every single card, you're gonna look at this card and go, this is pretty good. And it is pretty good. And to start off this pretty good card, we're gonna start with something that's not pretty good. UFC debutantes. Oh boy, I love UFC debutantes who don't even have a freaking picture in the damn app. But yeah, and they don't even have their stats either. That's great. Cool. So we have Tahir Abdullayev versus Jefferson Nascimento. By the way, preface this, I suck with these kinds of names. Even if I hear it, it just doesn't come out. I'm sorry. I'm not no Chael Sonnen pronouncing very easy names, but still. Regardless. So Nascimento, he's fast on the feet. He's a Brazilian Muay Thai guy, like a Shuto box kind of guy. I think he is Shuto box. Don't quote me on that. I have to double check. But no, he's not Shuto box. But he is like those Shuto box guys where he has poor head movement, but really good Brazilian Muay Thai, and he could do some nice club and subs. He just got dropped really bad only 3 weeks ago when I was watching that fight against whatchamacallit, was in LFA against Gian, I think his name was. Yeah, he won the fight, but he got dropped horribly, and I question how he is because that was literally like 3 weeks ago. I was watching, I was like, oh, that was recent. So I don't know. Tahir, I believe he is the hometown guy, which is another thing to mention. So he's not no Jefferson traveling across the world after having a war 3 weeks ago. He's going up against the guy. Yes, he's from Azerbaijan. This dude, it's literally in his hometown. So yeah, he has a very solid wrestling base. He's very durable. He's never been finished. I like his left hook. He has a really good left hook and some good ground and pound. But he is 100% a can crusher. I'm looking at all these finishes and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, these are good. And then I look at the promotions he's coming from. Like, LFA is a very solid feeder promotion where Jefferson's coming from. But to here, I think he fought at Ural FC. I think he was at UAE Warriors, which I'm not a fan of. I think he fought at Georgian Fighting Championship. This guy's just not... I don't know. I'm going with Tahir decision, haphazardly so, but it's a UFC debutant fight. I don't even know why I talked that much on this fight. Tahir is minus 140, Jefferson's plus 120. Base could pick him. Don't bet this. Now, for some actual non-UFC debutantes, and I'm surprised these guys are so low on the card because they fought some decent guys. Beksat Almakan versus Jin Matsumoto. Beksat, he's best on the feet striking when it comes to boxing. Like, I structured that really weird. When it's on the feet, he's best at boxing. He's a pretty solid fighter. He actually, was who was it? Debuted against Umar Nurmagomedov. I could just, click on him. He debuted against Umar Nurmagomedov, and he actually dropped him. Like, that really sucks, by the way, getting that as your UFC debut. But he's actually fought some decent guys. Beat Brad Katona. They both beat Brad Katona, did they not? They both beat Brad. Wait, yeah. Yeah, he fought UFC. Yeah, I'm pretty sure John Matsumoto fought Brad Katona in his debut, I think it was. Let's double check that. Yes, he did. Yeah. So both guys beat Brad Katona. I like Beksa. I like his boxing. He has very good wrestling, and I think he's going to have a wrestling-heavy game style for this fight because Matsumoto, he is a wrestler too. Usually wrestlers, when they go up against each other, usually like to wrestle. They like to strike. It depends. Gene Matsumoto has a heavy Muay Thai striking style. He's more kick-heavy, but he doesn't have a lot of pop on his shots. He really slaps a lot. I think his ground game is good, but eh. And then again, his only good wins are of Brad Katona and Dan Argueta, which is not, it's nothing to really write home about. He lost to Fried Bostrat and Rob Font, and people said those fights were close. I believe they're both split decisions, but I don't know. Loss is a loss in my eyes. Beksa, decision is my pick. Beksa is plus 132. Okay, and Gene Matsumoto's 152. I'm definitely going with the dog. Daniil Doncheko versus Theodore Berggren. Berggren? Yeah, this is a short notice debutant for Theodore. I'm not gonna rate him very highly, to be honest with you. I don't have a whole lot of information on him, but what I've done on Daniil, he's powerful. He somehow didn't kill Alex Moreno. I have no idea how Alex Moreno survived that, but he does damage, and he has very excellent Muay Thai for MMA specifically. Like, for example, John Matsumoto's textbook Muay Thai, which you gotta be MMA. You can't be just a Muay Thai guy. You have to be an MMA Muay Thai guy. You can't just be a wrestler. You have to be an MMA wrestler. You have to be able to mix it in and account for your style to be interrupted, your school or whatever. Daniil Doncheko is a very good MMA Muay Thai fighter, and I think he's probably just going to beat the living crap out of him. From what I saw from Theodore, I didn't really like his grappling. I don't think he's that good, but again, I only saw one fight from him, and yeah. We're going to go with Doncheko. We're going to get done by TKO, and he's probably a huge favorite. Minus 460 to Theodore is going to be plus 360. Yeah. I'm going to pass on that because there might be a good prop for KO. I'm not sifting through all these odds. Regardless, Doncheko, TKO. Khan Ofli versus Javier Reyes. I'm not super sold on this fight, to be honest with you. Khan Ofli, realistically, I think didn't look that good in his last fight against Za. And then he lost to Naimov, who's someone I don't rate super highly anymore. I think Naimov kind of, I don't want to say he's bad, he's just not nearly as good. But Javier Reyes, on the other hand, oh, what the heck is that? It's raining outside. He's an aggressive, high-volume boxer. He's got good power. He took a real good bit of damage his last fight out against Silva. I think his reach advantage is going to be a problem. I definitely think he leaves his chin up, which is a problem for him. But I'm going to really just have to bank on the reach, because you're seeing a 73-inch reach to a 66-inch reach. Yeah, I don't know. And hopefully he's primarily a grappler. If Reyes keeps down the feet, I think he'll piece him apart. I'm going to pick Reyes' decision, because I don't think he's as good as a finisher. I'm probably picking the underdog, aren't I? Nope, never mind. Got a favorite. Javier Reyes is going to be the favorite. Minus 182. Khan Ofli plus 157. Okay. Nursultan Ruziboyev versus Andrei Pulev. I went really back and forth on this one. There's not much upside on Pulev. I just don't think Ruziboyev is that good. He's got a ton of experience. He's fought way too many times, but he got his ass beat by Buckley. And Buckley, even though I was really, really high on him, I've learned that he was probably overrated. And the fact that Ruziboyev got handled by Buckley so badly, grappling too, I don't know. I still think he's got better grappling than Pulev, but I don't know. I don't think Pulev's the hardest hitter. I think he's an okay fighter. I think he's durable, and he survived against Gautier. Also, Ruzaboyev, this is at middleweight. Yeah, this is at middleweight. He fought at Buckley at 170, so maybe he was depleted. I don't know. I'm going Ruzaboyev. I'm going to go Ruzaboyev by decision. He is minus 210, and then Pulev is plus 180. Abdul Rahman Yakyaev. Okay, my brain gave up for a second. Julius Walker. I like Yakyaev. He's an insanely good prospect. He has very solid KO power. He has a very solid ground game. His ground game is so threatening that he's able to really like establish his power, because like he could just kind of strike with people because they're terrified of getting taken down by him. He's coming off 3 first-round finishes. He only has 1 decision in his career, and I think he's on a 5-fight first-round finish streak if you're not including if you're including outside UFC. But in UFC, well, 1-fight contender series, he's on a 3-fight first-round finish streak. This guy, overall, I think he's just really good. And Julius Walker, I think good old Juice Box is a little bit of a busted prospect, to be honest with you. We were really high on him when he came into the UFC against Metafield, and then he didn't look good against Metafield, in my opinion. And then Sakara, he beat decision, meh, and then he got his ass beat by Dustin Jacoby. I'm gonna go with Yakyaev, and I want to go by finish. I just don't know which. I think he's gonna club and sub him. I think he's gonna hurt him on the feet and go for a sub. So Yakyaev by submission. He's probably a massive favorite. Minus 600 to plus 425 for good old Juice Box. Yeah, okay, no. Farman Hassanov versus Eric Nolan. I'm not super into this fight, unfortunately. Eric Nolan is the guy who fought Hamzat's boy. He won on the Contender Series. Said, I want to fight this week on the UFC card with Hamzat. And he did, and they gave him Eric Nolan, and he looked decent. And that's why everyone's like, oh man, maybe he's actually good. I mean, he's still not freaking finished. But he hasn't fought since then. It's been almost a year. I don't care for Eric Nolan. I've seen a lot of people go, oh, but look what he did against Hamzat's boy on short notice. Okay, he lost and he didn't do anything since. But then again, we have Farman, who he's got decent ground and pound. He's untested. If it goes to the ground, I'm going to pick him, considering Nolan's coming off that submission. But I don't know. This is a fight where it's just kind of like, I don't know. I'm going to go Hassanov by decision, but like, I'm not betting that. I'm not telling you to bet that. Hassanov is plus 175, or minus 175, and Eric Nolan is plus 150. I've seen so much love for Nolan on like Twitter and stuff like that. So I'm surprised. I don't know. And we're on to the main card. These are all good fights, except for... No, they're all good fights. I don't know, I was thinking one of these fights snuck up on there. It might change the order on me. But we have first Abu Smagomedov versus Michal Olenjechuk. Yes, I'm good with the Polish names because I have a little bit of Polski. Not all of them, but Olenjechuk. This is a hard one for me. Michal was a can. He went to the Fighting Nerds. He's decent now. But I don't like him going to decision against Andre Barriot. I don't like that. But... And he finished cans, too. Like, he's been looking better, but he's finished cans. Like, he finished Dumbass and GM3. Cedric is Dumbass, by the way. Abus, on the other hand, I don't like him. I'm not a fan of him. Like... He's got 1 round cardio, and then if he does go past the first round and he's able to win, he's just laying preying on you. He's not doing anything. I only won, like, what the heck? How did that happen? Was against Ferreira, where he got the later submission, but he was getting his ass beat against Ferreira, and then somehow Ferreira gassed out. I don't know, man. I think he's going to give it 1 round of effort. Michal's going to get out the first round, and I think Michal will put it on him. I don't think he's going to pull a fair and lose in the later rounds against Abu Smagomedov. Yeah, Abu's on his second fight in the UFC. He won the first round against Strickland, but then he got finished by Strickland, which is not a good sign. Michal hits hard. I'm going to go with Michal. But Habus hits hard too. He's a good kickboxer. But I don't know. This is a hard one. I think it's going to be a very fun fight, but hurts my brain thinking about who the hell's going to win. So I'm going to go with Mihal by TKO later. And Mihal is a slight favorite, -113 to the -107 Abus. Basically a pick'em. I shall drink water. Now on to the next fight. Ikram Aliskerov versus Bruno Ferreira. I was just talking shit about you. This fight, I am shocked to see how many people I see picking Ferreira. I'm still very high on Ikram. I was really high on him when he came into the UFC, and then I stupidly picked him to beat Robert Whittaker. We saw how he got finished in the first round against Whittaker. But to be fair, he's only lost twice against Khamzat Chimaev and Robert Whittaker. Granted, he's been beating some cans like Wari Alvarez. I think Phil Hawes' ass. I think Phil Hawes is ass because he has no chin, but he's super talented. But otherwise, And I'm not a fan of how he went the distance with Jung Young Park, the Iron Turtle. But I still think he's really good. Good submissions, good grappling, good. He can be sloppy with the striking, but he's got some good power to him, and his punch mechanic will leave a little bit to be desired, but he'll still throw. Bruno Ferreira, on the other hand, can be pretty chaotic. He really loves those spinning elbows, and he's pretty strong. But the problem with Bruno Ferreira that nobody's talking about, Bro, 3 months ago, he was killed. He was killed. I watched him die. I watched this man die with one tap. The Hobocop. Brazilian Obama killed this man, which is funny because it's revenge for him killing Hobocop. It's not loading. Why does it not work? That's annoying. But this is a rematch where Hobocop got killed by Ferreira, and then Ferreira got killed by Hobocop. I think Ikram Aliskerov can knock him out. I don't think Ferreira's going to get it to the ground. If he does get to the ground, Ikram is going to be better on the ground, in my opinion. I don't know how he is about his ground game defense because he did get taken for a ride against Khamzat. But, wait, no, was that him? No. Regardless, I know he got knocked out by Khamzat. But I think Ferreira's not going to have the amount of success he wants on the ground. And I think Ikram will be able to tag him. Coupling with that brutal knockout, I don't think he's going to be the same. I'm going with Ikram Aliskerov. Yeah, I'm going Ikram all the way. Ikram by TKO. Ikram is -275, and then Bruno Ferreira is +235. Yeah, I don't know why I've seen a lot of people going, how the heck is he such a massive underdog? This is free money. I don't get it. Do we forget as well, too, that he went the distance with Marvin Vettori and did not look that good against Marvin Vettori in 2025? Asu Almabaya versus Charles Johnson. F-U Cape. Sorry, I just have to say that. I hate Cape. Asu Almabayev, I think it's. I like Charles Johnson. I never want to count him out, but I want to count him out after this fight against Alex Perez, where I was super high on him, super confident. I was like, he's got this. This should be easy money. The fight happened right as I was pulling up to my buddy's place, so I had to stop watching on my phone. Pull up, walk inside. I see him Johnson just dead. Charles Johnson just dead. I think I was saying Michael Johnson, not MJ. But I just watched to see Johnson dead on the floor. I'm like, really? I don't know. He has a knockout win over the champ. He has a knockout win over a top prospect, Loner Kavanagh. So actually, it's more so top contender at this point. But I just worry about the grappling. I don't know. I went super back and forth on this one. I might pick swap. I have Asu decision, but I might pick swap. I want Charles Johnson to win, man. I want him to win. I'm not like a huge fan of him, but like I enjoy him. I feel like he doesn't get the shine he deserves. And he said some nice things on Twitter. I don't like him siding with John Jones or whatever, but he's like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna not bet or pick with my heart. I'm gonna pick Asu to get it done by decision. He's a -250 favorite. plus 210 Charles Johnson, but then again, that's when he does his best work. We're gonna stick it. We're gonna stick with Fasu decision. Next, Nazim Sadikov versus Mateus Camilo. I think this is a bounce back fight for Nazim. Nazim is a pretty exciting fighter. He's just solid overall. Like, he's got really good striking. He's dog tough, high volume, pressure boxing. He's very intelligent in a brawl. I do worry about his grappling, and he did get absolutely murdered by Ziam, who I was very high on, and we saw what happened to Ziam. I'm still pissed about that. But oh man, his fight against Moda was just insane. He took so much power, such a big beating. He took on the younger Bone Theme. He's just overall solid. I think he's good compared to Camilo. Better grappling, that's it. I question his toughness. He doesn't look very tough. He didn't look great against Borshev. He didn't look great against Green. He looked horrible against Green. I think Nazim Sadikov will be able to keep on the feet, defend against the takedowns, and get a TKO. I'm going to go with Sadikov by TKO. Sadikov should be a favorite. Minus 220. And then plus 185 for Camilo. I need to go faster. I hear thunderstorms. I don't want my power to die. So, co-main event, Char Bullet versus Michel Pereira. Michel Pereira is past it. It's over for him. Sorry, buddy. He went up to middleweight, and he pissed me off. He really kind of pissed me off during his time at welterweight. There were some fights where I'm just like, dude, screw you. You pissed me off. Like, he's playing around too much, but he was fun. He was fun, but he pissed me off. He went up to middleweight. I'm like, you know what? I might be a fan of this guy. But then he went up against Fluffy. I'm like, nah, I'm picking Fluffy. And lo and behold, Fluffy beat the freaking piss out of him. And he hasn't been the same since. He went to war with good old Skeletor, Zachary Reese. I'm not high on Zachary Reese. I think he is an overrated piece of trash. And the fact that you went to a split decision with him, where you could argue Zachary Reese won. He got knocked out one round by Kyle Dawkins, who I knew wasn't that good. I knew he still wasn't that good. And got knocked out in the first round by him. I think it was one punch. And then he lost to Abus. I just don't think Michel Pereira is good anymore. I think it's over him. I think it's over. It's done. He beat me on Jake check, but it's done. Char Bullet, on the other hand, I'm not as high on him. I think he's a talented striker. I think he could dog it out when he needs to be. But I think he gets confused on the feet, and he doesn't seem great. He got schooled by MVP, which is just... I just am not super high on Char Bullet. But I think he is still far better than the current Michel Pereira we have. I think he used more power. I think he put more pop on a shot. Char Bullet, he needs to do that. I think Michel Pereira is more powerful, but I just think Michel Pereira is so freaking washed that Char Bullet should get it done. I didn't want to say knockout. But buddy. Buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna go knockout. Char Bullet knockout, but I wouldn't bet it. I just take a money line if it's good. No, it's not a good line. -1. Oh, it's straight pick 'em the main event. Spoilers. -365 for Char Bullet and +290 for Michel Pereira. You can't bet this anyway. And on to the main event of the evening. Rafael Fiziev versus Manuel Torres. I used to be really high on Rafael. I keep forgetting because they always say Rafael, but I heard it's not. It's Rafael. I used to be really high on him, and I just learned he wasn't that good. Like, I overrated him heavily. Like, it was the first Gaethje fight. I stupidly picked him to beat Gaethje in the first fight. Gaethje, I don't want to say schooled him. It was a competitive fight, but it was clearly a Gaethje win. Then in the rematch against Gaethje, I saw he was still a favorite, and I said, you all are stupid. You're all stupid. And lo and behold, Gaethje schooled him that time. He beat Bahamondes, who has a win over Manuel Torres, and Manuel Torres he didn't look bad, but he fought like a dumbass that fight. But since that fight, Manuel Torres has been fighting better. I'm not going to blindly just go, yep, Manuel Torres all the way. He's the best lightweight prospect we have just because he knocked out Grant Dawson. I mean, Grant Dawson could get knocked out with a jab. Him knocking out Dober was pretty good. Yeah, Manuel Torres, he's got a ton of power to him. He's not as talented a striker than Fiziev, but he, again, is more powerful. Fiziev really doesn't have a ton of power. He's very small for the weight class. A lot of people say he should go down to 145. I don't think so. I think his chin will be shot at 145. And I just think the 145ers are better. I don't know. I think the 145ers are better than Rafael Fiziev. But I'm not going to just go Manuel Torres all the way. And we've been seeing these lightweight prospects have been shit. These lightweight prospects have been shit. It's the year of the unks. It's the year of the unks. But Fiziev's not an unk. He's only 2 years older. So I'm going with Manuel Torres to get it done. I'm going to pick... I don't see him lasting 5 rounds, though. But I also don't see Fiziev getting... Screw it. He's coming off that devastating knockout loss to my boy Rufi. And again, also, he looked really good against... No, he looked decent against Rufi. He was doing a good job backing him up against the cage, but he was not capitalizing on it. Yeah, I'm going to go Manuel Torres TKO, but haphazardly so. I would just say it's fair if you want to pick Manuel Torres, because as we see, it's a pick'em, -110 across the board. I'm going to say go with Manuel Torres, just moneyline it. Don't try to get proppy with it. Maybe KO, or if you get a double chance, KO or points, but that's it. And that is going to be UFC Baku. This should be a solid one. Please let me know what you think in the comment sections. Please like and subscribe, and bye-bye.